From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Stephen Nehrenz.
Well, as we aim for triple-digit heat today, this would be our first 100-degree day of the month of July in Tulsa. It'd be our second of the year. We had one at the end of June. Comparison's sake, we all remember what last July was like, right? So 1 year ago today, our high was 101, actually lower than what we've got forecasted for today. But 1 year ago today, that was our 12th 100-degree day of the month of July, and we ended up with 20 100-degree day or higher days last July. So thank goodness we have not been on that trend. Of course, all the rain that we've had this month has been a big factor in that. There's quite a bit of wind today. Now that's the one kind of, as I mentioned, kind of saving grace. You have to be outside today. Steady southwest winds, 96 degrees, southwest winds gusting over 25 miles per hour. And now here in Tulsa specifically, notice those dew points are in the lower 60s. So the heat index isn't all that high, at least in Tulsa. That is, it kind of localized to the Tulsa metro, but that's a little bit lower on the muggy meter. And actually that number just updated now, but you see 60s dew points helps us out a little bit as far as relaxing the heat index and the humidity factor. Low 70s on the dew points most everywhere else. So it's still fairly humid most areas, but with that southwesterly wind component, that brings in slightly drier air. So that's why Tulsa to the west, again, the heat index isn't too far above the temperature. East of Tulsa, that's where heat index values are already above 100, 108 in the Podo vicinity. So either way there, it's kind of a trade-off. If you have the higher humidity, that means you've got the higher heat index values. If you got slightly lower humidity, that means you have slightly higher temperatures. It's hot either way. It's the long and short of it, so you still got to be careful outside this afternoon. We're in the low to mid-90s. That's what the thermometer is reading. We're going to make a run at about 102 here in the Tulsa metro. Now, there'll be a few spots that maybe stay below 100, but I think generally Tulsa to the north, 100 to 102 will be a pretty good bet, and then upper 90s to near 100 in other areas that have more of that humidity holding the temperatures down just a couple degrees. Obviously, still plenty of things going on outside because that's summertime. That happens this time of year. Drum Corps International in Broken Arrow this evening. If you've never been before, this is a big event. If you're going to go see those drum corps, the start time is slightly delayed to about 8:20 because of the heat. So be prepared for that, but also stay hydrated. It'll still be in the mid-90s at the 8 to 8:30 hour, slowly dropping off into the upper 80s by 10 o'clock. Again, we'll have that nice steady south breeze, which will help out even more once the sun sets. But it's going to be a fairly hot evening, so make sure you're staying hydrated. The storm track today is north and east of our area for a change because the upper level jet stream has changed. So that's steering storms from Missouri down towards eventually Nashville here over the next few hours. Again, the heat dome has expanded, so that's pushing the jet stream further to our north for at least a day or two. That's what's cranking up the heat and pushing the storm chances away from us. But what's going to happen as we head towards late in the week, the heat dome pushes back to the west again, and that brings us back into kind of a northerly jet stream flow, which will bring us another cold front at the end of the week. Not today. Again, it is going to be a scorcher. Quite a few spots hitting 100, if not above, on the thermometer this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, some clouds rolling in. It'll be upper 70s and even some low 80s to start Wednesday. It's going to be a warm and humid and breezy start. Notice what happens on future view. You see a little green show up. Not much, but I do think we could see a few sprinkles or even a light shower or two Wednesday morning, Wednesday midday. It probably won't amount to more than a trace in some locations, and we're keeping the chance overall pretty low. Highs tomorrow, upper 90s to near 100, where there's a little more cloud cover. That may hold a few more spots, technically below the triple digits tomorrow, but it's still going to be a very hot Wednesday. But as we head into Thursday and especially Friday, as we get you into the 7-day forecast, here's the good news headed our way. Thursday, again, some clouds hanging in. A couple showers a possibility, highs mid to upper 90s, so it's still going to be a pretty hot day. Thursday night, though, storms will be forming off the east of the Rockies, heading into Kansas and Oklahoma. Some of that will make it to eastern Oklahoma Friday morning. A few of those could be locally strong. But then that cold front really gets a pretty good push south Thursday night into Friday. Look what it does to our temperatures. Highs Friday only in the 80s, which will be a big relief after today's triple digits. We'll start to recover over the weekend, but again, after the next couple of days, we do get at least a few days of relief over the weekend.